Hello, my name is Nathan Estrada, and I am here today to speak to you about carpetbaggers and scalawags, a topic that I chose specifically for the term scalawag, thinking it would be a lot more fun than it actually is. I thought I was going to talk about some thieves, thought I was going to talk about, some real scoundrels out there. No, it's not that. So let's get started. And the best place to start would be to explain to you what are carpetbaggers and scalawags. A carpetbagger would refer to a person who is moving into a new land to start things fresh. Packing up everything in a carpet bag and moving somewhere else to start a new life. For the purposes of what we're talking about today, a carpetbagger would be somebody from the north who is moving to the south after the Civil War to start a new life. Now, these people were moving down for any variety of reasons after the war. A lot of them wanted to go in and profit off of cotton. Some of them wanted to help with Reconstruction for the newly liberated black Americans. They had various reasons. I'm sure some of them were moving down there opportunistically, but for the most part, these were just people trying to get a fresh start in the South. Now, the Southerners did not take kindly to this. They did not like these people from the North moving into their land, taking what they would have considered their money, their territory, everything, taking up their space. And they called them carpetbaggers. It was a derogatory term for these people who they saw as opportunistic, taking advantage of the South after the war. And this was not necessarily the case. These people were educated. They were moving down there to help out, to improve things, or maybe just to improve things for themselves. A scalawag, on the other hand, would refer to a southerner, specifically a white Republican southerner, who remained loyal to the Union during and after the Civil War. These people were considered traitors to the South and looked down upon as much as you could look down on someone. The term scalawag refers to a worthless animal, a worthless beast, the lowest of the low, and that is how the Southerners saw fellow Southerners who remained loyal to the North, the Union, and they were treated poorly. It was not a good time for them. Now, that is a very quick and simple, kind of fast explanation for carpetbaggers and scalawags, but what I found much more interesting than the definition was kind of the parallels to modern day. And specifically, what I noticed was this reflection of kind of toxic Southern pride and political, like radical political allegiance, where you are so faithful to your beliefs that you start to shun everything else. And specifically, what I saw was you see a lot, specifically here in Texas and in smaller rural towns and stuff, these people who are very strongly conservative and Republican who do not like ideas from the liberal North being brought down into their towns. They don't like people with these ideas. They don't like progressive mindsets. They like their gods, their gun, and their country, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse. We're not here to talk politics. You can believe whatever you want. But you still see it today. My father-in-law does not like Northern ideology whatsoever. Northern being, the Northern United States, where you tend to see more blue states, more liberal mindsets, those people. When he sees somebody that is clearly a progressive from the North, he has a lot to say. I would assume if a progressive from the North were to move into his neighborhood, he would call them something along the lines of a carpetbagger, if not something a little less polite than that. And you see that especially during what we just got through, the Trump administration, where the left was extremely against Trump, while the right wing, the Republicans, were very for him, and ideologies clashed. You saw that very strongly on both sides, good and bad. And it reminded me, like, exactly what we're talking about. When people would try to mingle from both sides, it just was like oil and water. You could not mix them. Same thing we saw with carpetbaggers and scalawags. These people trying to come from the North to the South were not being accepted. The South did not want them there. They didn't want these new ideas. They didn't want these new people. They didn't want the change. They liked the way it was, the same way that we see modern political affiliations. The liberal Democrat or regular Democrat likes their things a certain way, a Republican likes their things a certain way, and the way things are right now, those ideologies sometimes don't mix. And it's a sad state of affairs. It's something you would hope to not see reflected like that. But unfortunately, it is. Just as back then the South was not accepting of the carpetbaggers and they did not like the scalawags who were embracing change, you see it today where people of different mindsets will not accept each other. But that is a very quick, probably not as good as it could have been, run through of Carpetbaggers and Scalawags. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it, and you have a great day.